there guys, Erin here again, and it's another week, and so I figured I'd do a lot more real-time update throughout my week of what's going on and how I'm doing as I go through kind of being keto and my diet and everything. Today is Tuesday, so Sunday I had a pretty lazy day. I just got homework done and didn't do too much. I just had a pretty lazy day. Monday, I went into work. Normally I would work from home, but I ended up working in my office, and so, yeah, that was pretty good. I did my walk, and then in the evening I was able to get another workout in, and we also, it was nice here, so we were able to go and go on a walk around our neighborhood too, so I got a lot of workout in on Monday, which was nice. So today's Tuesday. I'm at work again. I'm doing something kind of different, or I did it a little bit different yesterday, and I'm doing it again today, where I'm having a black coffee versus my bulletproof coffee. I just haven't been feeling hungry. Like, I just am not getting the sensation of hunger in the morning anymore, to the point where I'd want my bulletproof coffee. So I'm just going to try it for a day or two and see kind of how I feel, if there's any changes, you know, just kind of checking it out and see how I feel, with just going until basically noon without eating. So yeah, I guess I'll be doing the traditional 18-6 split for intermittent fasting. We will try that and see how that goes. Just trying to try different things, see how it works with my body and see how I like it. I did it yesterday, and I did notice that because I didn't have fat earlier in the day, I felt hungry by the time I got home for dinner, which is usually pretty rare. Like, normally it takes making dinner to make me hungry. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So, yep, I'll check in with you guys throughout the rest of the week. So I'm having kind of a hard week. I'm filming a different video, which will be up right later. It'll be up today. It's still Wednesday, and I just did all my product review stuff. I've been having this ongoing conversation on one of my other social media accounts with somebody, you know, so I have the YouTube, and I have my Holistograms Instagram account, and, you know, those are my two main accounts for really just documenting this process and putting it out there publicly. But I am, you know, totally a normal person, and I have my own other social media accounts, and on one of them, I'm part of like a forum, or like a group, I guess you'd call it, and, you know, just kind of documenting and talking about the keto process just as, you know, a regular person with other regular people, and just kind of going through the frustrations of it. And on there, I was, you know, posting my current stats, and I was talking about how, you know, for the past like week or 3 weeks or so, it'll probably end up being the entire month, I've just been stalemate regarding my weight. I just haven't been moving, and I am still seeing body composition changes, so I don't really feel defeated. I am seeing, you know, increases in energy. I'm seeing, you know, other kind of changes within my body and the way I'm looking, and so I'm not negative to the fact that the scale's changing. I was just kind of putting the question out there of, like, you know, what's going on. And I got a ton of, you know, good advice. I got some bad advice, but like, don't eat for 3 days. It's like, well, yeah, of course, if I don't eat for 3 days, I will probably lose weight. That's so strange. Like, one was just do straight bone broth fast, and it's like, you could go like to, I don't know, I'm not gonna get in a rant about that, but like, I could push it in other ways in which I do something that's a little bit more extreme, but I didn't really want to do that. And so anyways, I had posted my stats, and then I got a comment on it where somebody was like, you know, I'm the same height as you, I'm, you know, doing keto too, and, you know, your weight as it is right now is my, you know, goal weight. And, you know, I don't understand, like, you know, you're within your healthy range, why are you trying to push it further? And, like, you know, you don't need to go to extremes, you know, once you're in a healthy range. And I totally actually agree with that comment, but then it was kind of like a sub comment of that was essentially that, like, you know, they felt, you know, kind of upset that being just within the healthy range wasn't good enough. And it, you know, it got me thinking about, like, you know, how it is, like, when we're doing different weight loss things, or we're doing different fitness things, we can really kind of judge and compare ourselves to other people and how they're going about things, and what, you know, might be an ultimate goal for one person might not be the ultimate goal for the other person. And I was really poor in kind of explaining myself to this person, so I just kind of said, like, you know, I appreciate your comment, you know, on the forum thing, and then I just sent them a private message and just said, you know, I'm sorry that me posting this, you know, in some way upset you. You know, my original goal was just to get here, and then I got here, and, you know, my goal has evolved to kind of whatever it could be in the next step. And you know, they kind of, you know, said, like, okay, that makes sense, but, you know, it's just kind of upsetting. Like, I hate when I see you know, people who really are at a healthy weight kind of talking down or being, you know, kind of gloomy about where they need to go next. And so I just kind of said, like, you know, I'm happy here and I'll stay here and I would never leave here. I could be pretty content just because I'm getting tons of other benefits with what I'm doing, and my diet change. I'm just kind of trying to become healthy in general. And you know, they kind of agreed, and we kind of ended the conversation, that, you know, it's not the end of the world if you keep pushing, I guess, essentially is kind of where it ended. But and that, you know, you can't, you know, once you get to wherever you're going to get, you might want to go a little bit further. I mean, I think that was kind of the end and the gist of that conversation. And they pushed it a little, you know, they kind of opened my mind and made me start to think about the fact that, you know, one of the things that we do when we go on any kind of like health journey, or we're kind of just doing anything health related in general, or regarding weight loss or fitness, we instantly compare our success and our bodies to other people. And, like, you really can't do that, because my body is totally different than your body. And you might be a dude. I mean, then our bodies are definitely different. But and not just on like a gender level, but also on, you know, just the way fats compose and how our bodies function and how hormones play a role. And so it made me think about how, you know, in order to be successful, in order to truly be successful on this, you can't take a moment and compare, because my success will only ever be, you know, something measurable by me, and my body and what I'm doing. And it kind of made me think about the advice that I had been given, and a lot of it was like, well, you need to go really to an extreme. And it's just like, no, you know what? I think what I need to do is just take a moment and kind of listen and think about what I'm doing. Maybe I'll assess if I'm, you know, consuming too many calories, which I don't think I'm doing, because I track my calories burned with my Fitbit, and I'm it's pretty accurate. And I'm generally burning about 2,500 calories a day, just from working out and trying to be active throughout the day. And I'm, you know, when I actually track out and count my calories are typically about 1,600 to 1,700 calories a day. Sometimes 18, sometimes 19 on the weekend. And so I'm having anywhere from a, I don't know, 500 calorie deficit to almost 1,000 calorie deficit every day. And so I should be losing weight. So I don't know, maybe I need to eat more. That was one of the pieces of advice, was to eat beyond that. And so maybe I'll try that for a little while. I don't know. I don't get hungry. And so it almost just seems like, well, I don't know, not going to work. But it just made me think about how, you know, even in this process, like, I'll look at other people's like Instagram and I'll be like, wow, this person's like lost like 10 pounds this month, and here I am not losing anything. And I'll just instantly compare without really thinking about, you know, kind of, well, what's that person's, you know, where are they at in their journey and where are they at now? Or I'll look at somebody who's, you know, comparable to me in size, and I'll sit there and think like, well, you know, they're getting fitter, they're getting stronger. And it's just like, well, they, one, might have, you know, different hormones going through their body. Two, they might be just genetically built differently than me. And, you know, three, they might be, you know, doing some sort of thing or technique, or just been at it longer. I might be seeing them You know, they might have been where I'm at now 4 months ago. And, you know, it is one of those things where you can't sit and compare yourself to other people and feel like defeated by it. So yeah, that kind of happened this week, and I kind of just felt kind of bad about it, felt kind of confused and just kind of musing through it and thinking about it. You know, just kind of just reminding myself that, you know, in order to truly be successful, I can't compare, and I would encourage you guys out there not to compare yourself to other people. Don't compare yourself to me and where I'm at. All right, so the week is over, and this is my little debrief time. So my weight has basically stayed the same, and I'm actually really okay with that, because I am still, like I said before, noticing a lot of body composition changes. And for me, the weight that I'm at right now, I weigh about 138. Well, 138.5 if I'm being really super accurate. And for me, my goal was to get initially under 143, and then anything after that would be kind of a blessing. You know, just kind of like I was saying earlier, I think we all have that like weight or number that gets like impressed in our minds, and like for me it was like 120 is like the ultimate, like, oh, everything would be so perfect if I was that weight. I am somebody who's 5'2", so I'm very short, so I know if you're taller, like 120 would be like ridiculous to be at, and it would be probably pretty unhealthy, and so that's my number. In the back of my head, the kind of you know, taunting number, I will call it that. But this like between 139 and 135 has always been my like witching weight, in which I will get stuck for months. I mean, I'm not gonna, hold on. So I've got an old app that I tracked last year when I had lost a lot of weight after having my second child, and then once I got to the 135 weight, we had like a family emergency in our, it's personal, but something happened, and like it just kind of totally wrecked my world, and I wasn't focused on being fit, I wasn't focused on my food, I was just like, whatever, I've got to deal with this emergency. And yeah, it took me from October 9th of 2015 until February 6th of 2016 to get past the 135. So on that October date, I got to 139.6. In October 9th, 2005, I got to 139.6. And then I basically stayed and like lost like a quarter of a pound a week, sometimes no weight. And I literally just tracked it all. I don't think this is going to show up, but it's these blue lines are just several months. In December, I only had one day in which I went down anything to be able to measure into this tracking app, and you know, it was very upsetting. So October 9th, 2015, I weighed 139.6. And then I didn't have any weight drop again until November 10th, so an entire month before I got down to 138.2, and so that must have been a drop in the scale. Then on December 8th of 2015, I got down to 137.4, so almost an entire another month. And then it wasn't until February 6th that I got down to 135.6. So like it's just super like ridiculous. Kind of how long it takes me to progress past this. And I had to remind myself that like this is like a weight range for you, and a wait time in which it's going to be a lot slower, and you're going to have to be a little bit more either aggressive or just kind of focusing on it. So yeah, I'm in my witching weight is what I will call it, in which I've got to be just more in tune to what's going on with the changes in my body versus the scale number. And I feel like I'm a broken record on that one, but the scale is not my friend. My measurements, my pictures, all that kind of stuff is. So yeah, that's kind of my body update. I did want to take a minute and kind of let you guys know that the direction and kind of the structure of what this channel will be. I feel like it's important to kind of give you a really clear kind of direction of where I'm going with it. And so I'm going to be continuing to film myself throughout the week, you know, filming myself going through my exercising, if I can, filming myself, you know, kind of just debriefing each day at a time, and then filming, you know, this at the end of the week, just kind of a recap of how everything's gone. And so that will always be on uploaded on Sundays. And then on throughout the regular weekday, I will be uploading 2 more videos. One will be kind of more focused on like my tips or my strategies as I've kind of gone through my keto journey, and you know, kind of what I'm experiencing, what I would recommend, what's not working for me, kind of my thoughts, my debriefing process on whatever it is. And then my other piece would be a more like what I'm eating in a day, what kind of working out I'm doing right now, you know, food preparation, making food. I'd put my product review kind of piece in there where I kind of go over what I'm using. Kind of with that, I'm thinking about doing something that's kind of similar to what like a beauty or makeup channels do, which is like their empties, products that I've gotten all the way through, and just a really quick, would I repurchase this item? So that's kind of, I feel like that's, you know, good information of like, I've spent X amount of money on this. Did I find it to be worth it? Is it something that I would say based on that price is worth it for you to buy? And just kind of being as honest as I can about that. One of the things that I've struggled with as I've gone on a very, very long health journey. So I've been, you know, removing, you know, processed foods and trying to be as natural as possible, and using, you know, good supplements in my diet, and just trying to get kind of the right optimal health balance. One of the things that, you know, I always found frustrating is that so many of the products are actually just straight marketed to you in order to make you think like it'll give you this magic piece, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's true, and that doesn't necessarily mean it will have that effect on you. And it can be really frustrating to spend money on something and then have it not actually work out. So there goes my rant on that. Yeah, so good week so far, and every other aspect, job, family life, school balance, all of that, everything's going good. So yeah, until next time, I do want to say that I've gotten some just incredibly encouraging comments from people, and just good connections with people that are just, you know, doing this. My initial video was literally just like, whatever, I'll make videos about myself, and you know, if nothing else, then I'll just sit here and go on YouTube and look back at where I started to where I'm at now, and, you know, or wherever it is I get, and, you know, just be happy to be able to watch and document and just see that change within myself. And every single day, somebody contacts me and, you know, they let me know how they're feeling and how they're doing, and, you know, kind of just, you know, I don't know, just, they just contact me, and it makes me feel so, like, special, to have people, you know, kind of reaching out and, you know, experiencing the same things I am, and, you know, letting me know that they're, you know, proud of me, and, you know, are, you know, encouraging, and, you know, giving great advice, or, you know, letting me know that I'm connecting with them, or, you know, whatever it is. It's just been really motivating, and it really does help keep me accountable. So I truly appreciate everybody that has kind of decided to come with me on this journey. It really does matter, and it does really make my day. So I appreciate that. Until next time, I hope you guys are all doing well, and that everything's going well in your journey too. So I will see you guys later. Yeah, take care. Bye.